Alrighty, got my first league match of the season versus Seanahan. I think I played him first last season as well. I don't recall how that went. It's been a while now. There's a long break between seasons because of the championships. And I kind of needed it. I have to get over my blowing the finals match versus N.A. Smith so badly. And the final decision of the final game. Oh wait. Anyways, this kingdom. So we've got no trashing, I think. Yeah, so there's no real way to thin your cards. And the only draw is either scrying pool or like king's courting, any other various actions. I think that should be sufficient. The engine will be like a little bit rickety with that. The ability to get thin. Scrying pool will trip up, but you should still be able to draw your deck. And then you just like king's court a bunch of skulks or rogues or something. And yeah, the long term seems clear. Just scrying pools and king's courts. So what's the quickest way to get there? I got the Baker token. I got the 5-2. This doesn't seem like the greatest kingdom for 5-2, but with the Baker token, I think it's also kind of irrelevant. 3 should probably just be stockpile, and I can think about the 5. I think I would prefer 4-3. I like to just open, I think, stockpile potion and save the coffer. I don't have the 4-3, so I might just be clicking potion anyway. Any of these others look better. Baker, meh. Band of Misfits. Band of Misfits doesn't do a whole lot. Rogue. I could steal their potion if I got real lucky. That'd be funny. Yeah, I think I'm just going to be sad about having the 5-2, and we're going to be playing down a coffer, but what can you do? And I will take more stockpiles and a merchant. I don't know if I'm going to get a silver anytime soon, but even if I don't have a silver, merchant seems good just because it's a blank cantrip that Scrying Pool can draw. So better in the deck than not. And these Scrying Pools aren't actually going to be like particularly good for a while, but you got to get them because Scrying Pool will eventually be very strong. I could take King's Court already here. That might be worth doing, to be honest. I could also just play the merchant. I mean, there's a decent chance to draw a copper anyway, so I think I'm going to draw one. Yeah. So do I want King's Court already? I mean, the upside is it's King's Court. It's usually a good reason to get it. The downside is I don't necessarily have ultimate actions yet, so, you know, it could whiff. It's King's Court. I don't know what else I'm buying, but it has to be that. So now my potion is bottom decked somewhere. I think basically a 50-50 shot of drawing it here. It's either the top 2 I'll get it. Please be second from the top. Nope, no such luck. I think it's time to take stockpiles back, probably. This King's Court's really likely to whip, isn't it? I mean, I could put one more action in that shuffle just to give the King's Court more things to hit. The downside then is I haven't taken any of the stockpiles back, which is like my main economy. I mean, that could be fine. Could just be playing with like a short shuffle here that is just like buying a scrying pool. I think I still want the scrying pool. Not the scrying pool, the stockpiles. This is a pretty good hand, I think. I found my potion and like a nice division of money. I can buy a scrying pool and a merchant here. And it also was nice in that I didn't see any of my action cards, which, you know, is increasing the odds that my King's Court will line up with another action. It seeing scrying pool is like the best case scenario. Do I want to draw that? I mean, it's not an action card, so there's that. I think I'm gonna discard it because I got merchants down here somewhere that I wanted to find. There we go. Got to the end of the deck. And I don't think I need to take stockpiles back yet. I think I'm still persuaded by the argument that King's Court is King's Court, and therefore I should click it. That argument may have been less persuasive than it initially seemed. Mountain Village. I think Mountain Village's effect will be like net better than a cantrip here, probably. On the one hand, it anti-synergizes with your own scrying pools. You know, like if you discard a thing to avoid drawing it, your Mountain Village is going to pick the junk back up, which you don't really want. But it synergizes with your opponent's scrying pools, and you know, like if they discard your good cards off the top of your deck, then Mountain Village can grab those back. So that's a plus side to it. I probably should get a silver at some point, given that I'll be like King's Court Merchants. If that were my potion, I think I would not pitch it. I'll leave the stockpile on top, because I think that's annoying for their scrying pools to draw. Potion, hello. And I got a bunch of stockpiles down now. Probably time to buy another one. And I think the synergy in protecting you from your opponent's scrying pools is probably bigger than the anti-synergy otherwise. Just because like if you already got scrying pools in your hand, you're probably going to draw anyway. Whereas there's a bigger risk the other way around, where maybe they cause you to dud, I think. So they are already lining up King's Court chains, which scares me somewhat. I mean, discarding Merchant is fine. I'll pick it back up and play it and all. But it's kind of neutral, you know. I pick up a cantrip with Mountain Village rather than just playing it as a cantrip outright. I really wish they would have discarded like a King's Court or a Scrying Pool or something. I was kind of thinking I was in the lead, but this turn is convincing me that I might have been wrong about that. The reason I thought I was in the lead was I thought I recalled getting the Scrying Pools earlier. Yes, like I'm up 3-2 on Scrying Pools, but like he's about to rectify that here, and then we'll be even. It's obviously a very good turn for him. Did he not find his stockpiles? Actually, he didn't have too many. I think I'm wondering whether Skulk is worth getting at all. I feel like some of the hexes will actually be kind of annoying. Mainly, I think the junking hexes are a pain in the butt here with what do you call it? With no trashing. So Greed or Plague, the ones that give you stuff that you can't trash. I think I play the Scrying Pool first. I mean, the argument for playing the other stuff first was maybe you draw your King's Court with it. And I think I might just play this as a monkey, because, like, what can I draw that's good? I don't think it's necessarily good for to draw my Scrying Pools right now, because even if they draw my King's Court, like, that's not helpful. If I draw with my King's Court, I'm sad. I'm not 100% on this, obviously, but I think it's probably best to do it that way. And it might be high time for me to add a silver. Then again, King's Court is King's Court. Maybe like Silver Baker. I'll take a Band of Misfits, I think. I think that gives some flexibility. One concern I'm having is the stockpiles are going to run out soon. In fact, as I was saying that they're going to run out soon, they did run out. And that is the only source of plus buy that I had at the moment. And you got like Way of the Monkey and all as like a potential source of plus buy. But I was thinking maybe you want the flexibility to have like, you know, Band of Misfits is a merchant. If I have a silver in hand, is like about on par with Baker. But I could play it as a Skulk, which is like a, you know, relatively speaking, I think stronger source of plus buy than Monkey. This Scrying Pool is not drawing a whole heck of a lot. There's a King's Court down there. I really want to find it. Thank you. Alright, now I got a bunch of cantrips in this discard, and I hope to draw many of them. I said I hope to draw Mini. Can I draw silver at least? Nope. No, I cannot. The discard is just coppers. So I think playing this as monkey is strictly better. It's the same amount of money and an extra plus buy. So I got myself another pool. And do I want another King's Court? King's Court is King's Court. But I also just want to have like a lot of random cantrips in deck for these scrying pools. So maybe just like 3 more merchants. Oh, something else I could do with this Band of Misfits actually is I could play this as a mountain village to pick up the King's Court. Might be good here. That seems good. King's Court. Discard. I got my silver. No King's Court for you. Ooh. Uh-oh. Well, that's a tough call. I think I'm going to discard that and hope to draw back to the mountain village. I really do want to buy... Yeah, it worked out. I really want to buy scrying pools really badly, and so obviously I really want that potion. But I was just saying that greed was bad when I was describing the hexes. Turns out that greed is good. You can keep your potion on the top and face that intense ethical dilemma that I did. Pick up a potion. Draw a thing. Monkey. Don't want to trigger that shuffle. We just top deck a copper for no reason. Alright, so I'm out of stockpiles. Looks like we split them 5-5, but oh, he still has all 5 of his stockpiles. That's probably not great for me. I'm wondering if it's already time to think about buying fleet. I think I can survive 1 more turn without needing fleet. It protects against pile outs is what fleet does. Like if I take a scrying pool, there's no way he can get 2 scrying pools this next turn. I can't see any conceivable way that would happen because he only has the 1 potion. And I don't think he can do 3 merchants and 8 estates. That's all. I mean, like I think theoretically his deck might have that much money if it came together, but that's so much. So I think I can justify just building more, adding like 3 more King's Courts. Oh no, well, if I had 3 more King's Courts, all of a sudden King's Courts are low too. Maybe I am buying fleet, just so I can justify lowering some of these piles that I want to lower. So if I buy fleet, I've got 16 money left. That could be like a King's Court and 3 merchants. Is that too greedy? That would be lowering piles a lot. No, I can't do that. That's too many buys. King's Court and 3 merchants and fleet is 5 buys, so that's not on the table. I could do something like King's Court, a mountain village, and a 5, or double King's Court. I think I will take fleet though, just to be safe. I'll take King's Court because King's Court is King's Court. And I don't know what I want on 5. Not on 5, on 9. Is Rogue any good? There's like nothing in the trash yet. I'm not sure how likely it is to hit them. Maybe like Mountain Village Baker. I'm not really sure about any of that. So I think I'm going to play at least one of these scrying pools first before I play any King's Courts, so that I get the chance to potentially King's Court to King's Court. Obviously playing King's Court on King's Court and then playing action cards is much better than playing like King's Court on action, King's Court on action. On top of the extra village effect you get out of it, which is probably insignificant here, the main thing is you're getting more total King's Court plays. King's Court on King's Court will let you King's Court 3 things, whereas if you KC an action and KC another action, you're only getting 2 of them tripled. So it's really valuable to me to line up King's Courts if I can. I actually, maybe Rogue's a little bit better than I was giving it credit for. Something that just came to mind is you can set up a relatively good target using Scrying Pool, where you do like the reverse of what you would normally do. Instead of discarding their bad cards, instead of discarding their good cards and leaving them bad cards, you discard their bad cards until you've top decked one of their like 3 to 6 cost cards, so that your Rogue will definitely hit it. So like discard until you find like their Band of Misfits or something, and then play Rogue. That makes Rogue relatively likely to hit something of value. If it could hit King's Court, I'd definitely be getting the Rogue. But King's Court's immune. Hitting their potion would be really sad. I do not want a second potion. Actually, I mean, hitting their potion wouldn't be so sad. It would give you pile pressure on the Scrying Pool pile. That could be like a random win. Like if they hadn't bought Fleet yet, and then you just like Rogue their potion out of their deck and then into yours, but King's Court in the Rogue, and you buy 2 Scrying Pools. So they are getting real close to drawing their deck. I think they've more or less gotten there, and that their discard pile's basically just junk at this point. I'm not sure how many junk cards are down there. You jerk, don't top deck something. Oh, their discard pile actually has a bunch of their stockpile still, looks like. Okay, so I have to think about this. They didn't King's Court this, right? Oh, they did King's Court this. So I should probably top deck Mountain Village then? But there's a risk that they play it as Skulk again, and then I get another Hex, and some of the Hexes will hit the top of your deck. Like that. Exactly like that. And so it's not immaterial what I top deck. I can't just say, well, I'm going to draw it all anyway. Might as well just top deck any random action. Because you might top deck it and then Bad Omens hits or Locust hits, or there's at least a decent few of these that would affect your top deck. Locust is the most significant. That was the one that prompted me to choose Mountain Village, because if they like trash my Mountain Village, I could at least gain a Merchant, whereas if I top deck the Merchant, I would gain nothing. But like top decking King's Court or Scrying Pool would be terrible, because Bad Omens could just like disappear into your deck, as could where's War? War would do that. I think those are the only other 2 of significance. So like a 1 in 4 chance of fiddling with your top deck. I thought he had discarded those Scrying Pools. He must have picked him back up with Mountain Village. Yeah. So when he's putting all these random cards into his hand with Mountain Village, those must have been the stockpiles. Okay, so my top of deck is coppers. So I'm playing the Merchant first, because that Scrying Pool is not going to draw. Please draw me King's Court. Pretty please. Pretty please. Draw me a King's Court. I asked nicely. Okay, well, goodbye potion. Come on. I want to have cards in my hand. It would help me immensely if that were to occur. Ay, come on. I swear there are action cards in this deck somewhere. I go Merchant first. So I could just King's Court this as Monkey 3 times and get 3 coins out of it. If I draw with it, the first draw is going to waste, because it's picking up a potion that I'm not sure I want to use. I guess it's not necessarily going to waste, is it? I could consider... Oh, there's an estate down there, too. Mm. So yeah, I can't realistically draw one. I would just like waste 2 draws picking up junk just to draw 1 more card into my deck, and I don't think the cards down there are worth drawing that much. I could consider picking up the potion. I'm gonna have, so I got 8 money in hand. I'll have either 10 or 11 after King's Courting the Mountain Village, and I've played 1, 2, 3, 4 merchants, so 14 or 15 plus coffers. I think it behooves me to buy the last scrying pool. Like, leaving it there isn't really doing all too much to protect against a pile out, because like he's gonna have a potion anyway that otherwise is doing nothing for him, and so taking that last scrying pool for him only costs him like an additional 2 coins, which is not much. I think taking scrying pool is fine. Likewise, I think I can justify taking a King's Court, because 2 King's Courts left in the pile is not any harder for him to pile out than just taking 3 merchants. So if he wants to empty piles, like, he can do so at his leisure. So this could be like scrying pool, King's Court, Fairgrounds. I also might just need to score. Even with Fleet, I think it is prudent to try to empty piles in your turn if it's, at least not too cumbersome, just because it means you both get 1 more turn each. Whereas if they take a turn, then they empty piles, then you both take Fleet turn. Now they got 2 turns to your 1. So he might pile out. So maybe I need to score some points. I guess I should consider what Fairgrounds is worth. Fairgrounds cannot get up to 8 points here, right? There's only 18 cards in this kingdom. The normal 17 plus potion. Yeah, so Fairgrounds isn't like super significant. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 uniques right now. So Fairgrounds is worth 4 for me. So I could do like Scrying Pool, double Fairgrounds. I could do a Scrying Pool, Province, and an action card. Yeah, I think maybe Scrying Pool, Province, Rogue sounds good. Rogue is like the best action payload for King's Courting if I do draw my deck. Because it gives you 2 money per play, whereas all these other actions are just getting 1 each time you King's Court them. Oh, that's unfortunate for you. I could dud here. It's looking like I probably won't, but I still could. Think I keep playing on, hoping to find a King's Court if I can. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All of a sudden, I think I am in a commanding position once again. Nothing's ever guaranteed, though. These decks are junky. I could dud next turn. Oh, I've got a Rogue now. I should think about this. So discarding King's Court's good either way. But if he has a juicy 3 to 6 cost card, I should keep it top decked. That's 3 to 6, but not a card I want. So that one's going goodbye. Band of Misfits, I'll take you. You can come join the winning team. Stay there for 1 minute. We're coming for you. Any second now. Soon as I find my Rogue. There we go. Okay. Oh, well. Sorry, Band of Misfits. I tried. We're getting the merchant, though. Well, now it's just in the trash. I only have the 3 Rogue plays. It's in no man's land at the moment. Now I think I just want to get in as many attacks as I can, maximize the chance of those duds. Because I think the game's ending. I'm probably going to just empty piles here, because I was just saying why emptying piles is good, even with fleet. I want something that makes it hard for him to have a turn. Ooh, that hurts. That hurts. Play Band of Misfits. That doesn't hurt. I just like did a nice little thing where I discarded his two scrying pools, and then that like more or less reshuffled his deck. I'm not sure trashing Skulk if that's good or bad. It's probably marginally good, but not like all that significant. I gotta keep drawing because there's a silver down there, and oh, never mind. I drew the silver. I just drew the silver. Well, I had to keep drawing because the silver was down there, so I had to trigger the shuffle because the silver was in that shuffle. It just happened to be at the top. Now I gotta keep drawing because there's junk on top of my deck that I don't want to be there. Okay. Monkeying all these is just strictly better than playing them, I think. And I should probably cause a pile out here while scoring. That could be taking 3 King's Courts, because King's Court's a good card. I think I probably prefer taking just the Merchants, because it's cheaper, which means I can buy more victory points. So 3 Merchants is 9, that leaves me with 14. I could shell out for Province Fairgrounds, or spend 2 coffers on double Province. I think probably Province Fairgrounds is better. Keep the coffers for next turn and then decide what to do with them then. Yeah, so like I'm ending the game with a points lead. We take 1 more turn each. I'd be expected to win, I think, because I have more points. And so if we score an equal amount, I'm in the better position. Oh. I passed my math classes, I swear. It's been a long time. I haven't taken a math class since high school. 25 minus 9 is not 14, it's 16. All right, we're taking double Province. This is a beautiful hand. Absolutely beautiful hand. Couldn't ask for more. I mean, I could ask for more, but it'd be unreasonable too. All right, I think I'm winning game 1. Chicken hasn't hatched yet, but it's like, it's in the birthing process. The little chick is like chipping away at the egg. I can hear it coming. Oh no. That hex is honestly kind of friendly. So like it cost me 1 point and 1 coin worth of payload, turning a copper into a curse. But it also untop decked a copper from my deck and sent like, and now I've got a curse in the Discord instead of a copper in my deck, which is, you know, better for my likelihood of drawing. I think a King's Courted Scrying Pool is going to be enough to make sure I draw anyway, but I appreciate the help anyways. Alrighty, GG.